When Nkechi agreed to let her husband's cousin, Amara, move in with them, it seemed like the most harmless decision in the world. Amara had just finished secondary school in the village and needed a place to stay in Lagos while she figured out her next step. Nkechi's husband, Emeka, suggested it one evening. "My cousin Amara is coming to Lagos," he said casually. "She just needs to stay for a few months. She'll help with the children, too. You're always saying you need extra hands." Nkechi smiled, relieved at the thought of help. "That's fine," she agreed. "I could use the help." When Amara arrived, she was the picture of innocence. Shy, polite, wearing a faded gown and clutching a small Ghana must-go bag. Nkechi's heart went out to her. "You'll be fine here," she said kindly, patting her shoulder. "Just make yourself at home." And Amara did. She settled in quickly, becoming the perfect helper. She helped bathe the children, cooked rice and stew without being told, and kept the house spotless. Even Nkechi's mother-in-law praised her over the phone. "That girl is well-trained. Keep her O." At first, everything was perfect. Nkechi could finally put her feet up after a long day at work. She even boasted to her friends at the office. "I've found peace since Amara came. The house is always in order." But slowly, almost imperceptibly, things began to shift. The sweet, shy girl from the village started to change. One Saturday morning, Nkechi came home from the salon to find Amara in the kitchen, wearing her wrapper and the Emeka's t-shirt, frying plantain, and singing loudly to a love song on the radio. Nkechi tried to laugh it off. "Amara, you like my wrapper, Abi?" Amara smiled sweetly, a little too sweetly. "Ah, sorry, Auntie. I didn't know it was your favorite." Nkechi let it go, but a small seed of unease was planted. Something about Amara's tone felt off. Too confident. Too familiar. A week later, more red flags appeared. Nkechi noticed that whenever she called her husband at work, his phone was always busy. But when Amara called him to ask about dinner, he'd pick up on the first ring. Still, Nkechi told herself she was just being paranoid. Then, one evening, while folding laundry, she found a new dress among Amara's things, a stylish, fitted gown that definitely wasn't cheap. She frowned. "Amara, who bought this for you?" Amara didn't hesitate. "Ah, Auntie, it's brother Emeka. He said I should look smart when I'm going to the market." Nkechi froze. "He said what?" Amara just blinked innocently. "Is something wrong?" That night, when Nkechi confronted her husband, he just laughed. "Ah, Nkechi, don't start. She's like a younger sister. You know how village girls are. She doesn't have anyone here. I'm just helping." But Nkechi's peace was gone, replaced by a growing dread. The final straw came one Sunday. As the family was getting ready for church, Nkechi went into her bedroom to get her jewelry. She stopped dead in her tracks. There was Amara standing in front of the mirror, spritzing herself with Nkechi's perfume, and, to her horror, wearing her favorite red heels. "Amara!" she snapped, her voice sharp. "What are you doing with my shoes?" Amara turned, her face a mask of calm. "Auntie, I just wanted to see how they'll look on me. I didn't mean any harm." Before Nkechi could even process a response, Emeka walked in and smiled. "Wow, those heels fit you perfectly, Amara. You should keep them." Nkechi's jaw dropped. "Emeka, are you serious?" He just waved his hand dismissively. "It's just shoes, Nkechi. Stop overreacting." From that moment, things went from strange to unbearable. Emeka started spending more and more time at home, but not with her. He was always with Amara, laughing, teaching her how to use his laptop, and openly giving her cash for small things. Nkechi began to feel like a ghost in her own home, an unwanted guest at a party she was supposed to be hosting. One evening, Nkechi came home early from work and heard laughter coming from the living room. She peered in and saw Amara, hair done up nicely, sitting comfortably on the sofa, wearing her husband's wristwatch and chatting away on his phone. "Who are you calling?" Nkechi asked, her voice dangerously quiet. Amara jumped up, startled. "Ah, it's Auntie from the village. She wanted to greet brother Emeka." That night, Nkechi's hands trembled as she called her friend Chinyere. "Something is not right. That girl has changed." Chinyere didn't waste any time. "My sister, open your eyes. You are feeding a snake in your house. Be careful." Chinyere's words were the wake-up call Nkechi needed. Determined to get proof, she devised a plan. She told Emeka she was going to visit her mother for the weekend, pretending she needed a break. 2 days into her trip, she got a quiet call from her neighbor. "Madam, I know Unkas Wahala but your husband and your small sister, they've been entering the house together every night since you traveled." Nkechi's blood ran cold. She didn't say a word. She just thanked her neighbor and ended the call. The next morning, she returned to Lagos without telling anyone. As she unlocked her front door, the sound of laughter drifted from the bedroom, her bedroom. She walked in slowly, her heart pounding a deafening rhythm against her ribs. And there they were, Emeka and Amara sitting on her bed, startled like thieves caught in the act. Amara's hair was loose, and Emeka's face was a mess of guilt and shock. "So," Nkechi said, her voice barely a whisper but filled with the force of a storm, "this is the help you brought into my house?" Emeka scrambled to his feet, stammering, "Nkechi, it's not what you think." "Oh, it's exactly what I think," she interrupted, her gaze cold as ice. Amara immediately fell to her knees, crocodile tears already streaming down her face. "Auntie, please forgive me, I didn't mean to. It just happened." Nkechi didn't even look at her. Her eyes were fixed on her husband. "You brought shame into this home. You couldn't control yourself, and you let your own blood disgrace us." Emeka couldn't meet her gaze. He just stood there, a pathetic figure of a man. The very next day, Nkechi packed all of Amar's things, drove her to the motor park, and sent her back to the village with a stern warning to never set foot in her house again. The family elders got involved, and though Amara cried and begged, she never returned. Months passed in a cold silence. Nkechi kept her distance from her husband, pouring all her energy into her business and her children. Then one day, a letter arrived from the village. It was about Amara. She had fallen ill with a strange sickness that no doctor could explain. She was barely 20 years old. As Nkechi read the letter, she felt a strange mix of sadness and pity. She hadn't wished her harm, but a quiet voice in her heart whispered that sometimes life has its own way of balancing the scales. Emeka became a changed man after that. He was quieter, spent more time in church, and desperately tried to rebuild the trust he had so carelessly shattered. Sometimes, when visitors came to their home, Nkechi would smile politely, serve them tea, and offer a piece of advice she had learned the hard way. "Help is good," she would say, "but be careful. Not everyone who comes to help is sent to help." Because in the end, the cousin who came to help didn't just wear her shoes, she almost walked away with her home. What a powerful lesson. Let us know what you think in the comments. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more stories like this. We'll see you next time.